After seeing the nasty stiff arm and the runs from Josh Allen in the first game of the season, I bet a lot of people started thinking the way I did. What if every team moved their quarterback to running back for an entire season?
Lamar Jackson
Is the highest overall running back that was a former quarterback. His overall stays the exact same. Matthew Stafford's overall, however, does not. He's down to a 32. We kept their abilities. All we changed was their positions, so at least he'll develop fast. Derek Carr drops below a 50, but he's a solid elusive back. Mac Jones drops below a 40. Panthers are going from CMC to Baker Mayfield. I'd say that's a little bit of a downgrade, just a slight one. Prime Aaron Rodgers might have been like the 60s, maybe 70s, man. He a 50 and he's almost 40 years old. That's very old for a running back. Some people got it, some people don't. Jared Goff being the latter when it comes to a running back. 28 overall. Zach Wilson, 56 overall RB. Trevor Lawrence, a respectable 65 overall. This is surprising. Danny Dimes is only a 47. He has good speed, so I'm shocked he's not at least in the 50s. Trey Lance with one of the higher ratings so far, 64 overall. Mariota with a 68 overall, second highest we've seen. Tied with Jalen Hurts, another beastly running quarterback. Tua Tagovailoa is a solid 56. That's higher than a lot of guys we've seen. Another quarterback in the 60s, Dak Prescott. Carson Wentz is only a 46. I was expecting a little bit higher. Matty Ice could be the lowest overall quarterback to running back at only a 24. Patty Mahomes is a solid 67, third highest so far in the video. Herbert a 56, he can get to the 60s eventually, but the second highest overall is Kyler Murray, an 80 overall running back. That's better than a lot of guys already in the league. Hey man, 45 years old and somehow not the worst running back in the league. Tom Brady will not give Matty Ice a break. He beats him out in terms of overall, even though he's by far the oldest running back in the league. Only the third quarterback we've seen so far that's at least a 70 overall running back, Deshaun Watson. Make that 2 in a row, man. I wonder what prime Russ, like young Russ, would have been. He could have been close to the 80s like Kyler. Make that 5 QBs that are a 70 or higher. Josh Allen's a 74. Joe Burrow is a 62 overall. Fields is a 68 overall. Cousins is 1 overall higher than Matty Ice. Haney is a decent 64 overall. He might end up with one of the best seasons because the Titans love running the ball. I hate to say it, but Mills might end up with one of the worst. He's at 27 and he's running behind that Texans O-line. Trubisky's a 61, which isn't terrible, but Geno's only in the 40s. Okay, so he might not do so hot. And then last but not least, famous Jameis is 1 overall shy of a 50. All of these guys are going to be starting on their teams. He made sure to go through the depth chart, and yeah, I'm excited to see how this turns out. Let me know your predictions. Which one of these quarterbacks at running back will have the best season? Let's find out. Running back Watson helps the Browns go 14-3. Chiefs end up making it. Same with the Ravens, the Raiders, Tua and the Dolphins, Zach Wilson and the Jets, and then the Titans get the last playoff spot. The Bills miss out, Chargers miss out, even the Broncos, who had a nice running back in Dangerous Wilson. Bengals go 2-15. Running back Mariota helps the Falcons go 14-3. Wentz and the Commanders 13-4. Same with Hurst and the Eagles. The Cowboys make it. 3 NFC East teams.
sir.
The Rams are back in the playoffs. Kyler and the Cardinals, and then Rodgers and the Packers. Wow, these are what the backups were able to do, man. 5 of them had 5,000 yards or more. Honestly, pretty respectable season by a lot of these guys. Ritter and Brissett had the most touchdowns at 41. Heineke was right there. Ooh, Brandon Allen threw more interceptions than he had touchdowns. That's tough. Lamar leads everyone with 1,600 rushing yards, 300 more than second place Deshaun Watson. Wilson in the top 3, Allen in the top 4, and Dak rounding out the top 5. Here's the rest of the top 10. A lot of these guys are really good at rushing quarterbacks, so you know it makes sense. 18 touchdowns for Josh Allen. I'm starting to think some of these guys could put up these numbers if they were running backs for an entire season. I think some of them could, like Kyler Murray, Allen, Lamar, Hurts. Some of these guys are nasty in the open field. Lamar had the most yards per carry out of anyone that qualified, and then Watson and Allen were tied for second. Why not go team by team just to show you guys everyone's stats in case you're curious? Brady only had 339 rushing yards, 1.3 yards per carry. Yeah, some of these guys, it didn't translate that hot. Okay, Mahomes had a 1,000-yard season. Matty Ice 300 yards, 1 yard per carry is horrible. So Some people are not cut out to be running backs. That's just what we're figuring out. And some people are versatile enough to make it happen. I'm telling you, did you see the way Allen was running on the first game of the season? Like, he looked like a tight end mixed with a big body running back. It's scary. Meanwhile, guys like Goff should just stay in the pocket, okay? You're not meant to run the ball. The proof is in the pudding. 2 yards of carry for Mac Jones. Some of these guys are not cut out to switch positions, especially Matthew Stafford. 0 touchdowns on the entire season is just unacceptable. All them carries. Lamar's showing you how it's done. Winston with 9 touchdowns. He's a good goal line back. Some of these guys were good goal line backs, but most of them weren't very good in the open field. Mills had less than a yard of carry. Just some horrendous numbers if we're being completely honest. Kirk, another guy with less than a yard to carry. Minshew ends up winning MVP. Look at Donald in the top 10. You don't see a defensive player in there very often. 29 sacks, obliterated the record. Ugba beat the record as well. I'm surprised he wasn't higher in MVP voting. OPOY in the AFC goes to Tyreek. Best running back goes to Lamar. In the NFC, OPOY goes to Cooper Kupp. And best running back goes to Dak Prescott. Watson and the Browns beat Lamar and the Ravens in the AFC Championship game. Meanwhile, Stafford and the Rams beat Rodgers and the Packers. So you have Cleveland versus LA. The Rams are absolutely dominating. Turnover battle is equal, but the score is definitely not. Here comes Jacoby. Over the middle, finding Amari Cooper. 3rd and 6 is 4 down territory. Brissett has Watson. Instead, he goes to the end zone. Wow, I'm surprised they're not going for the onside kick. You might as well just throw in the white towel. I mean, come on. 8 for 128 and 3 touchdowns. That's another guy who could play a different position if you wanted to. Could that be the next experiment? You guys let me know by destroying the like button, okay? That's how I know you guys want to see something like this. Look at Stafford ice in the game. Maybe not. Okay, 12 for 8. Not the best running game from the Rams. Like, this is unbelievable. This is so realistic. Head ass. Stafford at least holding on to the ball. And I'm only kidding, LA, okay? You guys just, you know, the Bills just made you look pedestrian, but that's what the Bills are going to do to a lot of teams this year. I wouldn't sweat it as Stafford misses a wide open Higbee. My fault. John Wolford. I keep saying Stafford. Like, no, Stafford's at running back. That's Wolford, who has 6 touchdowns on a game. Just one of the best Super Bowl performances of all time. They had a nice drive last time. Can they do it again? And even if they do, will it be too little too late for Brissett, Watson, and the Browns? Look at Watson not able to pick up the blitz. Actually, it might have just been a 3 or 4 man pass rush. Last chance for the Browns. Watson going out for a route. Brissett winding up, gets hit as he throws it. Intercepted. And the Rams are going to win this Super Bowl. Look at a pick 6, a 50 burger. There you have it. This is what would happen if every team moved their quarterback to running back for an entire season. I guess Wolford is just that guy. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for watching to the end. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Nobody's safe. Came from Evan, we fresh out the gate. And I look like I came from LA. From New Jersey, I look like LA. I'm a water, I'm from in LA. I'ma get it, it's mine for the tape. Ride the beamer when I'm out of state. Coulda beat, almost got me a case. Go Olympic, I'm winning the race. 911 cause I'm killing the game. Talking crazy, I'm going insane. Shifting gears and I'm switching the lane. Hop on station, just go entertain. Going up so I'm making a name.